Guys, welcome back for another broadcast of the weekly with me, Neff. Let's jump right into it. First article from Gizmodo. Star Wars show The Acolyte has a release date. So guys, we kind of spoke on The Acolyte earlier before in another broadcast, but now we've gotten some more information. So let's read a little more into this. It's official. The next live action Star Wars that will hit your eyeballs is The Acolyte, and it's coming sooner than you may think. Disney just revealed a teaser poster for the show with an intriguing tagline, lightsaber, and the release date of June 4th. Oh, and the trailer is dropping. So, we kind of spoke on The Acolyte a little bit. I think it's interesting that they are going to finally drop the trailer for that, and we are getting that release date of June 4th. Like I said, I don't think we've had a Star Wars live action show on Disney Plus since Ahsoka. So it's about time that they're kind of rolling this one out. Like I said, we speculated on this one. We'll see what they have to offer here. I'm going to put the link to the trailer in the description because I am reporting on Tuesday here. So the trailer did release. I haven't even watched it yet, but I'm going to watch after I do finish this broadcast with you guys. And I'll let you know what I think later on down the line. But yeah, the trailer dropped today, Tuesday. I'm going to be dropping this broadcast tomorrow. But yeah, the trailer will be out and the link will be in the description. I'm going to read a little more from this article as well. Let's read in. An age of light, a darkness rises, ominous stuff. What we know for sure, though, is that the age of light mentioned here is the High Republic, a time centuries before any of the films, a time when the Jedi ruled and there was relative peace and prosperity in the galaxy. Up until now, though, we've only learned about the High Republic in print. This will be the first time we see it, and the earliest Star Wars has ever gone in its history on screen. The darkness rising, however, is more mysterious. The official Star Wars website describes the show as follows. An investigation into a shocking crime spree pits a respected Jedi Master, Li Zhongjie, against a dangerous warrior from his past. As more clues emerge, they travel down a dark path where sinister forces reveal all is not what it seems. In the lead up to the show, many thought Stenberg's character was the evil one, but here it seems maybe that's not the case, or at least not the only interpretation. So yeah, I think this one's going to be kind of interesting. I want to see what they do with it. Like we've said, we've heard rumors about it, like as far as the storyline goes, the director, the writers, that it's probably going to bomb and stuff like that. But to be fair, it has not come out yet, so maybe it will be pretty solid. Like I said, link is going to be in the description for you guys. Please feel free to check that out because I know I'm going to be checking that out. And as we get closer to the Acolyte releasing, and when it does release, we'll be talking more about it because I'm sure it's going to be a big thing for Disney Plus. They got a lot riding on this as well. Like I said, this is their first live action Star Wars series since Ahsoka. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they come up with, especially for the summer slate. Next article from The Direct. Rings of Power Season 2 release, cast, and everything we know. Yeah, Lord of the Rings of Power. That's an Amazon Prime show, I believe. Let's read a little more into this. Season 1 of The Lord of the Rings of Power, debuted on September 1st, 2022 on Prime Video, immediately pulling fans of J.R.R. Tolkien's world of Middle-earth back into the world. Many praised the TV show's stunning visuals and how immersive it was, and with good reason, as Amazon spent an incredible $462 million on just those first 8 episodes. Guys, that's a ridiculous budget. For 8 episodes in a TV show, $460 million? That's crazy. Let's read some more. The Rings of Power was already planned to be a 5-season series once it is completed, and Season 2 is currently in the works. But many questions still remain regarding the upcoming batch of episodes. Rings of Power Season 2 release. When will it come out? Let's see what they got for us here. The Writers Guild of America, WGA, strike put a lot of upcoming projects on hold, but not The Rings of Power. In May 2023, it was reported that Season 2 of The Rings of Power was going to finish the production process in 19 days without showrunners and executive producers J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay. And then in July 2023, Variety reported that Season 2's production was in fact wrapped, with filming having completed at some point in late June or early July. According to co-head of television at Amazon Studios, Vernon Sanders, Season 2 could take a smidge more than a year after release of Season 1 to hit the platform. Let's read a little more. This is a quote. "I don't know that I can say it would be amazing if we could get Season 2 out within a year of Season 1's release. It may take a smidge longer than that, but we're doing everything we can, and we're going to get better and faster as we go." So that's interesting, guys. Rings of Power. I think personally, I didn't watch this show because I don't have Amazon Prime right now, and I'm looking into actually getting that so I can watch some more of these shows that they are putting out because I know they have some decent stuff on there. But as far as the Rings of Power goes, I've talked to a lot of fans of Lord of the Ring books and the Lord of the Rings movies that came out in the early 2000s, I believe. And I don't think they were big fans of Rings of Power. For the most part, I think the general consensus was that it wasn't that good, especially in comparison to the works that we saw in the early 2000s. I think it's extreme that they actually have a $460 million budget. And I did hear reports of this when the Rings of Power did come out. But man, for 8 episodes, that is a crazy budget. And it seems like they're really trying to push this thing to get some more seasons out. I think it said 5 seasons in total they want. So, if the cost continues to rise, I mean, you're looking at, man, $2 to $3 billion for a TV series. I think it may be the most expensive TV series that we've ever seen if they do complete that 5-season plan that they have. But yeah, anybody that's interested in Rings of Power, if you are a fan of Rings of Power, it's going to be releasing fairly soon. They are talking about details of them really wrapping up in 2022, 2023. So I would expect a release either late 2024 or early 2025 for anybody that is interested in that. I'll keep reporting on the Rings of Power. We might get some more information for that in the future. But I think there was really some good details about that show within this article. And, let's see if they can clean some things up and maybe they can get more fans involved and actually I guess just grow their fan base with this show. Because like I said, from the people that I spoke with, as far as Lord of the Rings and Lord of the Rings fans, I don't think they really cared for this that much. But I think Amazon is kind of they've dug themselves into a hole where they can't really stop at this point. When you put up $460 million, it's kind of hard to walk away from a project if it doesn't perform the way you want it to because you've invested so much. Amazon has money, but $460 million for a TV show and 8 episodes alone is extreme. And guys, we've talked about TV shows now. It seems like the amount of episodes that you are getting in a season is starting to be limited now. I remember when you'd get a TV show and you'd have a season and it would be probably 12 to 15 episodes, maybe even more than that. But now it seems as the years go by and as the expenses go up, especially on the visual aspect, it seems like you're getting seems like you're getting less for what you're paying for. So interesting what they're doing there with the Rings of Power. I thought that was a cool article from the Direct. Link will be in the description. Next article from the Direct as well. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire gets unsurprising rating. Let's read a little more. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire from Sony Pictures is almost ready for its theatrical debut as fans learn what rating it will carry. Fans will also see 2 generations of Ghostbusters join forces in the franchise's latest movie as Peter Venkman's Bill Murray, of course, original 80s gang, teams up with Phoebe Spangler's McKenna Grace, new contingent of supernatural hunters. This entry will also see some new faces join the franchise in Patton Oswalt and Kumail Nanjiani as Ghostbusters Frozen Empire brings the story back to New York City with the threat of another ice age facing the planet. Let's read a little more into this one, guys. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire gets official rating. The film rating website revealed that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire will have a PG-13 rating as it makes its 2024 debut. This movie is classified with this rating due to supernatural action, violence, language, and suggestive references. This rating should not shock Ghostbusters fans, as both 2016's Melissa McCarthy-led Ghostbusters and 2021's Ghostbusters Afterlife were rated PG-13. The first film's rating was particularly interesting since the PG-13 rating as a whole was introduced on July 1st, 1984, just over 3 weeks after Ghostbusters' June 8th, 1984 debut. So, guys, I don't think there's anything really surprising with that. I would say Ghostbusters is really family friendly at this point. Ghostbusters was kind of a big deal, kind of just growing up like in my childhood, things like that. Although I'm not like the biggest fan of Ghostbusters or anything like that, I do think this movie is going to do fairly well. We actually spoke on this in the Popcorn Square podcast just a little bit briefly, me, Buttons, and Kage. And so, yeah, I know they're going to see that movie. I'd love to hear what they rate this movie. I think the movie's going to be fun. I think it's going to do well, has a great cast. I really do like how they're bringing back that old cast to the forefront and then mixing it in with the new cast. I think it's great for nostalgia, and also I think it's great for the new age as well. Remember, guys, this is a direct sequel from the 2021 Ghostbusters Afterlife. So it's going to be interesting to see how they continue that story. Like we said, sprinkling in those different elements. I think it should do well. I saw the trailer. Looks interesting, looks funny, looks family friendly. So we will definitely be reporting on that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire once we get that release. And by the way, if you guys are not engaged in what's really going on, what's coming out to a weekly basis, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is actually releasing this weekend. So if you're a fan of Ghostbusters and you're really wondering when this thing comes out, it's coming out this weekend. Go give that a look. Love to hear what you guys have to say about that. So I'm going to leave it there for this broadcast of the weekly. It was a great broadcast, a lot of good information. We covered The Acolyte. We covered Amazon's Rings of Power. We covered Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Lots of good information there. All the links to these articles are going to be in the description, and I'm going to post the Acolyte trailer in the description as well. Hey guys, it's Neff signing off. Please like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications, and continue to watch The Weekly with me, Popcorn Square Podcast on Mondays and Fridays. Good information coming out. Dune Part 2 conversation coming out. And we will continue to keep giving you guys great content. Anyway, with that being said, it's Neff signing off. Be safe.